Hey, welcome back everybody. This is Dr. Dan and Dr. Andres. We are live here at Elevate Chiropractic headquarters. Welcome back to episode 2 of our educational series. Our topic right now is pregnancy, and today we're going to go through the details of the chiropractic adjustment and what we're looking for, how we find it, the importance of it. So stay tuned. We got some really important information coming for you right now. So welcome back. As promised, today we're talking about a lot of the details around the adjustments itself. And so in our office, as we talked about last week, as we're continuing right now, we see all different populations, all the way from, last week we started, a couple in their 90s, World War II veteran, all the way down to babies. So we see a wide range of people. Right now we're educating specifically on the topic of pregnancy. It's something that is very prevalent right now in our practice, and something that I think a lot of women need to feel empowered about and need to know some of the solutions that they can have. And so the most important thing right now when it comes to chiropractic care and a pregnant woman is that we want the pelvis and the sacrum to be in proper alignment, and most importantly also moving. This is key. There's some really important ligaments called your uterosacral ligament and also your round ligaments. Now, the round ligament specifically connects from the uterus to the pubic bone. And so when the uterus is growing and when there's a little baby developing inside that pregnant mom, those ligaments are part of what actually keeps the uterus stabilized as it's growing and keeps it from moving around a whole lot as the baby is developing and mom's going about her day-to-day life. And so you'll hear a lot of pregnant moms complain of round ligament pain or pubic bone pain or sacral pain, sciatic pain, all these things. It makes sense. The body's changing, things are moving, things are shifting around. And so what we do as chiropractors is a specific technique called Webster technique, where we analyze the pelvis, we analyze the sacrum, and we very specifically start to make correction and also allow motion to happen, decreasing pain, increasing motion, improving the quality of life for that mom, but also taking that tension and torsion off the ligaments and off the pelvis.
Exactly. One of the most important parts of the analysis and the adjustment, like Dr. Dan was talking about, is the sacrum. This is a big bone you sit on, and it has, if you look at it, it has a lot of nerves coming out that go to all those pelvic organs, right? What we know in science is that your brain controls every function in your body, including all those organs. So they're very important for the development of the baby. What can happen is that when that bone misaligns through time, what can happen is that it can put pressure on the nerves and cause irritation, inflammation to those nerves. Therefore, the communication from the brain to those organs is basically interfered with. Right, so there's not proper communication. The other part is that when this bone misaligns, it can create a lack of motion in that joint, create a lot of irritation, inflammation as well, leading not having proper movement of the pelvis.
Yeah, so we're talking not just symptomatic things, but also functional things, communication from the brain to the body back to the brain. That's chiropractic care, and that's how it incorporates. I'll tell you, last week we had 2 of our pregnant moms actually go into labor and have their babies. Both of them, such a cool situation. Both of them were under 8 hours of labor, which is a lot of fun. One in particular I want to share with you guys. She was having what's called a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after cesarean. So her first baby was a really challenging situation, had a lot of interventional things that happened. She had to do an induction, ended up in the hospital, had to do all kinds of different things, trying to induce labor, ended up with cesarean, with a cesarean section, and both mom and baby are fine. And at the end of the day, that's what was important. But the mom desperately wanted to have a natural birth at home. And so for round 2, it was really important to her that things were moving, things were aligned well, the baby was in the proper position, and that she could have the birth story that she wanted. So she found a midwife, found a doctor that was willing to help her with this and to do it. And we're happy to report that as of last week, that young mom had a 6-hour labor, amazing, beautiful, natural birth at home, and got her story. And something that she said was very cool. She said it felt very healing. it's a healing experience to get the full effect and to experience labor, to experience the whole thing A to Z, and end up with a healthy baby on the other end of it. And so we're so excited for that. And stories like that are common, and we want our young moms to feel empowered. And so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to cut and we're going to show you a little bit of what the analysis looks like, what the adjustment actually looks like, so you can show your friends and know what to expect with specific chiropractic care in regards to pregnancy. Thanks, guys. All right, welcome back, everybody. So here we are in one of our specific chiropractic adjusting rooms. So I'm actually going to show you what the setup and what the analysis looks like. And as you can see, out of the gate, one of the first things that we always hear is that our pregnant moms love being able to lay face down. We've got pregnancy pillows, which allow the pregnant belly to actually be surrounded and be safe and be protected as we're getting the adjustment. And since it's rare for moms to be able to lay in this position, it's extremely comfortable. And by the way, thank you to Amy for being our willing participant here today. Oftentimes you'll see one of the first things I'll do is I'll simply come up, and I'm not going to actually adjust Amy today. This is just for example's sake. But one of the first things I'll do is I'll come to the top here and I will traction down that sacrum that we were talking about, and actually just to create some space in the low back and take some pressure off of those joints and off of those ligaments. And so you'll be able to see here, just very gently moving this way. The biggest thing that we hear is how good this actually feels. A lot of moms say they would come every single day, twice a day if they could, in order to just experience this portion right here, just getting some relief on a lot of those joints have so much stress and pressure in the low back, very gently coming that way. Now, one of the first pieces of the analysis in Webster technique is checking for what's called leg lag. And it's simple. All it is we're bringing the feet up this way and we're pushing the feet towards the glutes. And when we see one side lag more than the other, for instance, this side here, what that means is that the joints in the SI joint and the pelvis aren't moving properly. It's a great way to check which side of that sacrum has rocked posterior, creating stress, impression, irritation, like we just explained. So once we figure that out, what we'll do is give a specific chiropractic adjustment. Now again, this is just going to be for example's sake, but how this works, it's very gentle. There's no twisting or turning or cracking, but all that's going to happen is this table will actually raise up just like this, and it'll drop very gently just like that. So we'll bring the table up and we'll deliver the chiropractic adjustment. The table will drop like that. It's very safe, very gentle. There's no pressure on the stomach or on the baby, and we're actually starting to get some alignment back in that sacrum and in the pelvis. From there, we use a chiropractic analysis. We recheck for the leg lag, we make sure that we got what we needed to, and we move on from there. We can check the pelvis, we can check even the pubic symphysis and those bones, how those things are moving. Check the low back, the lumbar spine, the mid back. We'll give a chiropractic adjustment in the spots that are needed where there's subluxation, creating nerve interference, causing the problems in the body. And so we hope this gives you guys some great information to know how this stuff works, what you can expect, and how you engage here as a pregnant person and that's seeking chiropractic care. So feel free, comment below, ask us questions, tag your friends who you think might benefit from this kind of information, and we'll look forward to continuing to serve you guys further with more educational information around pregnancy and all things related to health. Thanks for being with us today. Have a great day. Thanks so much.
We were made to thrive.